Hi everybody, today is May 18th, 2025. We're going to do a market review and we're going to also discuss some things to look out heading into the week. We're going to discuss obviously this gap down we're going to experience on Monday for the reaction to the downgrade, the debt downgrade. And so we're going to cover that. We're going to cover the calendar. We're also going to cover some recent trades we took. We're also going to review the indices and look at watch list into the new week, and we're going to discuss everything we need to do to prepare for this week. So the elephant in the room is we have this downgrade, and we are gapping down lower on Monday. What happens on Monday after the open? I have no idea. What I'm going to do is protect my leaders at all costs. So on Friday, I opened up a few positions that are not in necessarily super leaders, right? So Palantir and Hood, those are super leaders. And so I have no problem kicking out the week to maintain a fantastic cost in my super leaders, right? And so if I have 6 positions open, I'm going to have a larger drawdown if I let all 6 of my positions go to break even. And so what I would rather do is kick the positions that I don't necessarily consider super leaders, kick those out before they hit break even to allow for a smaller drawdown in the super performance, right? And so I need to protect my cost on Palantir. I need to protect my cost on Tesla. I need to protect my cost on Hood. I have fantastic cost. They're going to need to draw down. I have a over 30% gain on Hood. Hood would have to draw down 30% to hit my break-even stop. I've already reduced into strength, which is a tactic that I use just in case anything crazy happens, and so thank God I did. Can't tell the future, but what you can do is prepare for the worst scenario. And so I'm very blessed that we have these tactics to sell into the strength for the inevitable pullback. What I recommend is looking at your portfolio. Whatever you have fantastic costs on, you want to protect those. Whatever you consider super performers, you need to protect those and kick out the ones that you're only planning to trade 3 to 5 days anyways. Okay, so what do we got going on? Well, here we have a GMMA chart of the equal weighted NASDAQ. I like to look at this because it gives me a better idea of the type of stocks that I like to trade. I like to trade the NASDAQ stocks. And how are we doing as far as short-term moving averages versus long-term moving averages? Well, short-term moving averages are trending higher. We have net highs, okay? We are coming away from the day over day, week after week of net lows. And also we have a moving average stack up here. So we are in a line, and so this is making it a little bit easier to trade. We had a fantastic week. We've had a fantastic month. And so with this gap down, we're going to have a little bit of stress test, but we need to shift our mind going into the week, not thinking this is going to be a week for us to kill it. This is going to be a week for us to protect the gains that we have right now. I also like to look at equal weighted SPY. Obviously, we had a really fantastic follow through on Friday. We are over bought on the NASI, which is okay. But it does let us know there is some cooling down that needs to happen. But as far as the number of stocks moving above the 20-day moving average, we are really doing good. We're at the upper limit of that, and the number of stocks above the 50-day moving average, we are in the upper limit there as well, and we are trending higher. So that is all fine for us. What we need to do is allow for the NASI to cool down just a bit. Real quick, we will look at the calendar ahead. We do have a lot of speakers, a lot of Fed speakers all week long. Mostly nothing burger, if you ask me. We do have some mortgage rate on Wednesday, more speeches, jobless claims on Thursday. Nothing that I really think is going to move the market, at least when you consider the gap down on Monday. That will be the biggest tell of how strong strong this market is. So really quick, I'm just going to go over what I consider to be stocks to watch. These are in no way buy signals. All of these stocks are either already broken out or they are super extended. And so these are the stocks I like to watch, what I consider to be potential leaders, but nothing that is buyable. We will get to my focus lists going into the week, but these are the list of the stocks that I pay attention um, to look for an entry when that comes. So obviously, Core Wave gonna have to really cool down in order for me to get involved. But this is a stock that I think has a lot of interest, has really fantastic ADR. It's 11% ADR, so this is what I like to trade. Just needed to cool off and give us an entry. HIMS, obviously, super performer, has a 73.12 resistance level. This is going to have to build out a cup here, and at that point, maybe we'll look for an entry if it can give us kind of some sort of entry there. We'll see if we can get something in this area. It'd be fantastic if the moving averages kind of catch up, trade a little bit sideways. Maybe we'll catch something down here and then add into the all-time high breakout. But for now, there's no entry for me. Archer, again, no entry. This thing is parabolic. You can see it has day after day after day green dot new highs. This is fantastic. A lot of accumulation right here. Just had really good earnings. So for me, there is no entry, but I will need to look for some tight action. If it can maybe try to trade sideways a little bit, maybe tighten up. I like to buy these types of moves in a lower kind of cheat area. So if you can trade a little bit sideways, then we'll look for an entry. Invis, earnings coming up, nothing that I'm too interested in, but I do want to pay attention to it. Sizzle, obviously I can't buy right now. It came through this $80.68 pivot. I did not buy. It had a highest volume highest volume in 1 year off the earnings with 500% volume. So this is something that I absolutely consider a super performer. You can see day after day after day after day, relative strength new high. That's what the green dot is. The RS rating is a 99. This is a young stock, so I'm in no rush to get chopped up in it. It just came out of this big base, so it is entering a momentum phase. Okay, and so at some point, it will give me an entry that I like, but for now it's not, but I need to pay attention to it. This isn't something that I'm super interested in. However, it's showing fantastic RS. It has the highest volume ever. You'll see a theme here with that. And so if we can build out something for us, then we'll take a look at it. APPS, it has the highest volume ever here in early February. Has to get through some of this overhead. But as you see from a weekly chart, it certainly is working its way out of a stage 1 and into stage 2. So I will be paying attention to it, but I'm in no rush to buy it right now. Go, parabolic, need this to cool off. Bros, totally missed my entry here at the 72.87. Fantastic entry here. I was not paying attention. So again, this is going to have to build out a handle. This is very early in the bottoming kind of right side of the base, so I have no problem waiting. We'll see what kind of entry we can get along the way. But again, this is what I consider to be a potential super leader. But for right now, it's still working its way through. If you look at the weekly, it's just getting started. Okay, so it's going to have to build out this right side here. And that is perfectly welcome, and I love this type of setup. So just taking my time with it. I'm going to click through a little bit faster so this video isn't too long. Net, parabolic, same thing, you need to build out. Spot, not really doing too much. It's losing some RS, so paying attention to it because I do believe, if it can build out and give some sort of spot, might be worth it, because this is one of those things. Everyone uses Spotify. I use Spotify, so if this can turn into some sort of long-term investment, I would consider it. Dash, same sort of thing, losing RS. Let's look at the monthly. Just getting started. So I would, of course, love to turn this into some sort of investment. It just needs to build out an entry for me. It is just not right now. All super great RS, building that right side of the base as well. You'll see a theme. We are coming out of a technical bear market, so this is kind of what we are seeing. This is one of these OKTA, one of these stocks I would love to get involved in. Just needs to get going. Needs to get an entry for me. Uber, this is an absolute super performer. I have not had an entry. I got alerted on this breakout. I don't know why I didn't take it. I think it was too late in the day, and in my opinion, the risk reward was a little bit too skewed, and so I decided not to take it. But Uber's not going anywhere. One of those stocks again that I would love to get involved in and potentially turn that into an investment. Okay, Hood. So I bought down here at the under 48, 47.8, $47.08. 86 cents, and I've gotten 3 peels on it. This is going to have to build out a handle. If this gaps down and gets supported in the low 50s area off the 21-day moving average, I'll consider adding some to it, but we'll see. If it loses that 21-day moving average, my cost will be at risk, but we are willing to hold off, because this is an absolute amazing stock to get involved in. Right side of the weekly IPO base. I got it low in the daily the daily base, the daily right side of the base. You know what I'm trying to say. So I don't want to give up this cost. Crowd working on the right side of the base as well. TME, not something I'm super interested in. However, it does have a really good RS. CPNG, no entry there. RUM, not that interested in it, but it does have RS, which is why I'm tracking it. It had this really huge 1,400% volume in late December. I think that this is going to continue getting beat up as people here are trying to exit. I'm not that interested in that. Palantir, I have a cost somewhere down here, and so if this, I'm going to give this a little bit of room. If this gaps down to my cost, I'll give you a little bit of room, but my absolute max pain would be somewhere in the 105 area. But again, I need to kick out some of my new stocks in order to give this thing some wiggle room, and we'll get there in a little bit. GTX upwork again, no real entry. Dave, super momentum, unbelievable off that 200-day moving average. Day after day after day after day after day. RS, unbelievable. We have a HV1 back in November, fantastic stock. Need to get involved in that. I missed my entry here. Actually, I think I bought it and sold it. I forget what happened, but I did not overnight it. But I think I did buy it and then sell it. I don't know why. Shop doing really well, needs to tighten up. GV, this is something I would like to get involved in, but again, has the same sort of look where it needs to build out a handle. But again, you see a theme here. Young IPOs building out their right side of the base. I'm just going to fly through these next ones just to show you the names. If anything sticks out, I will make a note of it. Toast, this is something I really would like to get in. Again, same sort of thing. Just broke out, so I don't know where my entry will be. But these are the names for you to look out for yourself to see if there's anything you are interested in. Very nice textbook. This is a lot to learn here. Bought this on Friday. Bought this on Friday. Broke out really nice here. Only this tiny little just spot. It was very hard to trade when it doesn't really form a solid base. These high flyers, what they do is they ride that 5 EMA and they're just hitting new high, new high, new high, new high, new high, and it never gives you an entry. That's a textbook lockout rally, and the best spot to do it is when it gives you that entry after the gap up. These bad close gap ups, I like to call them, provide an excellent day number 2 entry. And so this is a perfect entry, and you would have caught the lockout rally. Even if you bought it at the end of the day, you would have made 25% in 20 days. Very awesome. Okay, so this is the focus list. CEP got this beautiful. I've been trading it on and off. Haven't been able to really overnight too much. I do have some notes here, but we won't go over that in this video here. But this is awesome inside day here. I'm looking for a 35.40 entry. Perch, I'm looking at a 11.15 entry. TDD, I have an alert set for 79.21. Maybe an entry at 80. CRSR, I have an alert set. I'm going to move the alert down to the high of that day for 8.64. An entry probably 8.70 or so. I have just eyes on this. This is not something that I'm that interested in. It has an RS rating of 8. But just trying to see how this kind of low price kind of junker stock, how they start trading in this environment. Same thing. Steve Madden, I'm paying attention to it. If we can get something over 26.6, maybe I'll enter it if the rest of the market is strong, but we're capping down. Okay, NGVT, I mean, it's set up, for a quick day or overnight swing, maybe 3 to 5. But again, if you only focus on super leaders, then this is not something that you would be into. This is shaping out really well. If we can bust out of 12 bucks on some high volume and then clear 12.66 on some volume, this could turn out to be a super leader. It has the look. What again, the thing that I've been talking about this whole time is trading on low, tight entries on the right side, the bottom right side of the base, and this is exactly what we're looking for. Again, this is a young IPO. It's building out a weekly cup and handle, and it's giving us a tight entry on the daily. So this is multiple time frames stacking up to get us in super winners. Okay, high RS has accumulation on the left side moving up. It's rounding out this base, and if we can get an entry here, I really think that this could turn into a absolute super performer, super winner. This is something I really want to get involved in. And this is just a whatever stock. It's AI, it can fly, has high ADR of 6%. So I do like this entry here for 13.08 on MSTR. Fits the theme. Transmedic Group, this could work. You see all these lockout rally here, day after day after day, hitting new highs. If this can give us something around 123.3, I would love to get involved in that name. Again, I think this has a little bit of work to get through. There's some sellers up here, but again, the same thing that we've been talking about this whole time. You have this young IPO, okay, and then you have multiple time frames. Okay, so I do like that. 379.20. This is kind of a nothing. Maybe you want to do a day trade or something. That's an option for you. ACLS, sort of same thing. If you can get something over 62.56, then go for it. So I hope that helps you out. I hope you got a little bit of value on that in this video, and we'll prepare ourselves for Monday and for the rest of the week. Thanks, guys.